friends? What's up? What's up? What's good with it? Glad to be with you all. Please hit the subscribe button if you're watching from YouTube. If you're checking this out on TikTok, hit follow to keep up with me. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Taylor Swift. Her fans are called Swifties. Taylor Swift made her anticipated debut as a featured guest on the New Heights podcast hosted by her boyfriend, Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, and his brother, former Eagles center, Jason Kelce. You pretty much know that her boyfriend's body isn't ready to do what his mind thinks. I would say there's a gaping void where his brain should be. His mind is full of so many things that he cannot focus on football. I would say it's not unreasonable to suggest that he's not the same Travis Kelce. How has his relationship affected his play on the field? A lot of it is circumstantial evidence. Is he still an elite tight end in a class of his own? Can he recalibrate and refocus? Can he be the focal point of the offense? Does he come through the adversity and return to an elite level? Or does his statistics show a decline in receiving yards and touchdowns compared to his career average and his bad year? We'll wait and see. I would bet very likely we'll get an elite level all-pro tight end. But not a guarantee. It depends on how serious he is and whether or not he can stay laser focused on football. The greatest ever hone their craft, even if life gets in the way. Balancing football and everything else he's doing outside of that requires focus, discipline, and creativity. You have to do all three of these. That's the hard part. I know he's obsessed with his girl, super attractive to her, romantic, a big family man, and because of that, you could understandably see the performance levels of Travis Kelce drop off. You could see it in his demeanor, his body language. I don't think it's just the off-field distractions, but also the weight of expectations, which I believe has crushed Kelce over the years. And that's the other thing. He's trying to do everything, which I'm okay with that as long as it's not affecting your game. Life outside of football is affecting his game. So as far as the Super Bowl, when we take a look at that game back in February, I mean, only 4 catches on 6 targets for 39 yards in Kansas City's 40-22 blowout loss to the Eagles. We know Philadelphia was a top-notch team, dominant on both sides of the ball. It's amazing how good they were, but clearly for Kelce, he had a forgettable Super Bowl, and the player that he's capable of being, he'll be the first one to tell you that he didn't play to his standards. All he can think about is appearing in the next commercial ad, his girlfriend, and living that celebrity lifestyle. It just didn't feel like football was his priority. The reality is he just wasn't good enough most of the time. At his age and ability, he's not going to be the standout performer he used to be, but his talent is not to be denied. Performance-wise, last season, he was decent. Like, fans get ticked off when there's that many distractions while your team is getting blown out in the Super Bowl. That's the only reason why people would care and have an issue with him pursuing an acting career, appearing every 5 seconds in TV commercials, and his animated debates with his brother on his podcast. And so I think anybody would care what he does on his own time. I mean, I don't think anybody would care what he does on his own time if he's performing on the football field and, putting up good results. But you can't take away from what he can do on the football field. It's just that his focus level terribly reduced, whether it's because he was blinded by love or just was his ridiculous acting ability and Happy Gilmore too. And that's half of the thing that that's going on with him. Everything that's going on the field. There's obviously a lot more going on off the field. There's got to be a separation between the competition and the fun. I don't know if Kelce can find a balance and get back to being that top level tight end. There's no question about it. A lot is going on when he's away from his team and when he's not on the field. This is the same guy that had eye-popping numbers. The same guy that was Mahomes' go-to guy. And again, doing great things to be able to help the Chiefs win multiple Super Bowls. And as I've been telling people, this is not just a Taylor Swift thing or that she's a curse. As we know, Mahomes had his moments where he did not look like an MVP caliber quarterback. We've seen it. He's gone through rough patches as well as the entire team. The players who you kind of fall in love with as a fan now have struggled, and they're not nearly as productive or efficient, and everyone's mad at Taylor Swift or annoyed by the coverage she gets. We sort of focus on her more, angry with her, blaming her for Travis Kelce's shortcomings and struggles, and I think it's an emotional thing because who wants to be mad at Travis Kelce? It doesn't matter who he dates. Kelce is aging. He's a step slower. But at least what I can say about him is that he takes accountability. I love that. This whole thing with the Swift stuff, I don't think has anything to do with who he is seeing, sleeping with, or kissing. I don't care what your love life is like. You know what I care about? What you're doing on the field. How are you helping your team win football games? After a decade of dominance, he did not like how he performed last season. He bemoaned his lack of focus during Chiefs Super Bowl loss to the Eagles, which came 2 days after a controversial date night with Taylor Swift. I knew she would become fascinated with football. When your boyfriend is the best tight end in the league, and when you've been around him long enough, you should know football. So to hear her on New Heights talking about football, I was like, okay, she likes football. Anyway, good for her. How proud Travis gotta be. Your girl loves football. Wish I could say the same thing about Denise. My babe doesn't get into it like that. I don't even think she knows there's 11 men on offense and 11 men on defense. I may be sleeping on the couch if she hears this, but, oh well. I'll live. I'll survive. All I have to say is that they understand each other. They love each other. And all I really care about is if Kelce bounces back next season. After next season, he's retiring. Football doesn't last forever, and I think he's ready to try new things like acting and traveling and podcasting. He has a personality for it. The reason why we care to know what Taylor Swift is up to is because her boyfriend is, of course, Travis Kelce. She's kind of part of the NFL culture now. And so whenever the camera is put in her face, they make a big deal out of it, almost as if she's the NFL spokeswoman. It's like trying to sell the league the way Geico or Progressive sells insurance, like Flo or that little gecko you see every time those commercial ads air on your TV. Having said that, more people are watching football because of Taylor Swift. The impact she has made on the NFL, it adds to the game because the league is interested in new eyeballs, more viewership. Thank you, Mr. Swift. Part of that is, Taylor Swift is a popular person, right? But the other part is who her boyfriend is. Therefore, if you're an undeniably significant figure in pop culture dating a well-known and popular NFL player, now you draw massive crowds and appeal to a broader audience. And as this has gone, the Swifties have followed her to the NFL. Mind you, these are people who probably know nothing about football. Their favorite player is the hottest guy on the team, the handsome face. If you were to ask them, they couldn't tell you the names of the players on the roster. To them, it's either the blue team, the red team, the yellow team, the green team. Oh, I only root for the team because my boyfriend, our husband does. That kind of thing. I'm not saying all of them are like that. That's me generalizing, but I can tell you not all Swifties are football fans. It's just that Swift, the pop star that she is, created an army of young women who love football all of a sudden, that just so happens to cater to her extensive fan base and people who are more interested in football. Taylor Swift is a big deal. Breaking the internet revealed her album cover on her boyfriend's podcast. As a football fan, I'm not going to be the guy who hates Taylor Swift. I love her music. I'm not the guy that's going to say she's the worst thing that's happened to the NFL and pop culture. This is the way I look at it. This feels to me like the NFL is using her to market its brand as a way to attract a younger female audience, and if true, it has worked with the national attention she's garnered. I don't have a problem with her becoming a culture phenomenon. She's gigantic. She's massive. It's fine with me. It's popular music. Listen, her impact on pop culture is explosive. Her music is standing the test of time. There were over 1.2 million people who tuned in to New Heights with Jason and Travis Kelce, joined by Taylor Swift. It's not just because of you, Travis. It's because people love your girlfriend more. Just keeping it real. It's consuming our lives. It's all we're able to think about all day. It doesn't really bother me. It's Travis Kelce's life, not mine. He's a grown-ass man. What I'm wondering is why every time the camera moves in the direction of Taylor Swift, or if she makes an appearance, people are like, oh my God, it's Taylor Swift. Yes, it's Taylor Swift. But I'm not watching the game for that. I'm watching to see a football game. If I wanted to listen to Shake It Off or one of her songs, I can just go to Apple Music on my phone and listen to her music. All right, everybody. That's all I have for you today. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate the love and support. I'm checking out of here now. It's been awesome as always. Love chatting it up with you guys. If you guys like my content, I hope you guys really like my content. I put a lot of effort and time into it. So, if you guys love what you see, please, I would be very delighted if you hit the subscribe button and like the content. And share this with as many people as you know. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on various platforms. Make sure you like and follow. And if you're watching this from YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys. We'll talk again soon. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great Saturday. Be safe out there.